and welcome to the Highgate Selectboard meeting Thursday, March 19th, 2020. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So you'll notice that this is a closed meeting in order to respect the 10-person COVID-19 suggestions. We do have a line available that you can call in and ask any questions or have any comments. So we'll start the meeting with comments. So Sue, go right ahead.
I had a question that was brought up a couple weeks ago at the meeting about the 4 accidents that we had had over in Highgate Falls. One of the questions that has been brought to me by a Highgate resident, what if we block that section off and let them go through the Park Street and the other way on Luke Street? That has been a real bad section. We've had 4 accidents there. I don't know if we can block it off, but it'd be something to look into. There's an old house it's right across from Park Street. I can't see where that cannot be blocked off and not used. Myself, I was going there this winter and it's pretty bad. Even with studded tires, I slid almost into the road. I'm just addressing this because this was brought to my attention from a Highgate resident about blocking it off.
So my fear would be that you'd have more accidents because people would not be used to that being blocked off.
Okay, what if we put
I
signs?
know
Something to look into. I don't know, this was brought to my attention. I'm just bringing it to the board.
Now you're saying go down Park Street instead?
Yeah, go through Park Street or Luke Street.
Okay, I think going down Park Street, I think, I've heard I've had a guy come see me saying that there's some kids are gonna get hurt there because they use Park Street as a racetrack through there to, get to get to Bruceau Road, and there's kids out there playing, and they're afraid somebody's gonna get hurt on that back street.
Yeah, well, I'm just bringing it to the board because this was brought to my attention a week ago.
Okay.
And they know I go to the select board meeting, and I told them I will bring it to the board and just see what you guys said. I'm just bringing it to the board because this was brought to me a week ago.
Hi Sue, this is Kyle. I'm just curious if this is to the board, if you have gone to the state and asked them about this particular intersection or something that they feel that would be something able we could do to help prevent this. I'm certain that's probably been done.
It has been.
And what were the...
I'm really concerned about that section. We've had 4 accidents there. And this person was really concerned about the accidents, people walking there. I remember growing up as a kid, I used to walk that section. And it was bad then. It was bad then. And it's a lot worse now because the way it's being tipped. I'm just bringing it to the board because this was brought to my attention.
So we have contacted the state, Sue, and I'll let Heidi fill you in just a little bit.
Woody had been telling us about the issues, and then when the last, it was prior to the last one, Richard came in because he's a TAC representative, and we sat down and called Bethany Remmers at Regional Planning Commission, and she asked us to put together a packet for the Transportation Advisory Committee, and they did bring it up, and then they sent a letter to AOT for us because they weren't really, jumping on it. In their defense, I think that they are probably overwhelmed with projects. I know Franklin is trying to get their road fixed, but I think it's easy to agree that it's a dangerous intersection. There's been 4 accidents there this year. So, we can keep documenting it, but the state is looking for funding and
I
time
know,
to fix
it's
it.
the state, and I totally understand that. But we've had, you know, I don't know what the state is waiting for. We've had 4 accidents here within the last year. And I know that's always been a bad intersection. I mean, I grew up in Highgate. I know that's always been a bad intersection. But now that the road is even tipped more, that's even worse. And I'm just bringing it up because it was brought to my attention a week ago about, I don't know if you can block it. I'm just bringing it up because I told this person I will bring it up to the select board.
Okay,
And that's the only question I really have for tonight.
okay,
And keep healthy, everybody.
that's right, that's right.
Pray that we can get through this mess.
Yep,
We'll get through it.
thank you very much.
You can
Okay,
stay on the
bye.
line, Sue, the line will be open the whole meeting, so you can stay on as long as you want.
Okay,
Okay, is there anyone else on the line?
okay. Nope, I'm gonna go hang up.
Okay. Not exactly what I meant, but okay.
Because nobody's on.
Why don't we just
I guess
turn
you
the
gotta
volume
hit
down
the
a
off
tad?
button.
Or we could just jam out for a while.
Okay, so, you'll have to forgive us a little bit, this is our first time attempting to do this. So, I would like to speak just a little bit. The COVID-19 virus, I'd like to reiterate what we hear from the state. As of last night, with the state emergency management, they offer a sit rep to the town of Highgate every night. And so far, there are no confirmed cases in Franklin County. People are being watched, people have been tested, but there are no positive results at this time. Please calm down. Things will be all right. We have plans in place. The state has plans in place. We're here to take care of each other. We don't want to be the town that knifes each other over a package of toilet paper. We want to take care of each other. I would ask a couple of things. First, that you look out for each other, and the board is going to help you with that because we're asking for a list of people that are shut in, people that may need checking on, whether that be an elderly person or somebody who might be have immune system problems, or somebody that's just afraid. We are here for our town. All of these people that are in this room are here for our town. Please be assured, we're keeping a very close eye on it. We are trying to do the very best in giving you up-to-date, honest information. We have done a few things in the town. The arena has closed its programs for the time being. They will reevaluate the situation come April 6th, along with the school schedule. The director is still there, so he can be reached by phone, but the arena will be closed. We are also closing the library. The library staff will be there, you can reach them by phone. The Wi-Fi is still available over there to use, and the password is on the door and on their website. The book return is there, and if you have an emergency or something, you are certainly able to call and contact someone there. They will be doing different things to help out our community's children. So stay tuned for that. They also want to take care of our town. The municipal office here is closed to the public. That's to make sure that we don't get overrun with people. But the ladies are still here. They are still working. You can reach them by phone, call the office. If you need to come in for anything, schedule an appointment. They're happy to help you. We are not closed for business. We are open for business. The select board is always available for calls or concerns. We're here for you. If you have someone on that you'd like to be put on the list for seniors or someone who needs attention or just to be checked on, please call the office here and give them a name and a phone number. The other thing I would ask is that use your local businesses. Don't hoard things. Keep 2 weeks of supplies, that's it. Give your neighbors a chance to get their groceries, their basic needs, their toilet paper. If you can't find it at a bigger store, look right here in town. The DeSorcies and the other stores have taken care of this town for years and years. Well, these are tough times. They're still going to take care of you. Reach out to them. They will help you. They only want the best for their town too. So please visit your local businesses. They're in this with you as well. We're all in this together. And we're going to be fine. We're taking it step by step based on the Vermont Department of Health and the CDC. If it changes, we will tell you. We're looking out for you. And for me, if you need help, you call me. If the board has any other questions or concerns or thoughts.
Give us a call, need our help.
Yeah.
Better emails, phone numbers, call us.
Yeah. I mean, everybody is available. Everybody's here to help you. It's gonna be okay.
It's the one thing I think something like this happens is that people start figuring out it's not about politics. It's, I think it's actually gonna bring people closer together.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it takes something like this to do it, but we've got each other's backs. We just gotta take care of each other, that's all.
That's right. So we have a great town. We're gonna take care of each other. Look out for your neighbors. And I'll quit my preaching and I'll go on to Shelley.
Perfect. Had everyone had a chance to look over the purchasing policy and the personnel policy, and does anybody have any additional changes or questions, comments before possibly signing?
Did we put anything in for emergency shutdowns?
We did not, but as Wendy reminded me that we were signing this tonight, it came to me, so I didn't know if we wanted to.
Well, it came up at the library meeting the other night. With people losing their jobs, people being afraid. I had asked Shelley, if we close down these things, are we supposed to keep paying the people? Do we, how do we manage that? So I am gonna ask the board, and I'm gonna make a recommendation, what your thoughts are about this, but my recommendation is that we have excellent people, and that even though this is an emergency situation and they're shut down, that all of the town employees are paid, regardless of whether they work from home, they work part-time, it's in our budget, but this will keep those people able to keep going with the money that they planned on for the year.
We do have very few hourly employees in town.
Right.
And those hourly employees, other than the highway department, work minimal hours, under 20 a week. And several other towns in Vermont are also paying what they would typically be scheduled for. The two that come to my mind are the two at the library. Samantha is the other hourly. She's now half elected, half
Right.
hired. So she's been doing 1 day hourly, which is 8 hours minimal, and then 1 day elected.
So any thoughts about that?
Highway's been working as normal.
Right.
So these employees probably being part-time don't have vacation,
Right.
they don't have any, they don't have no benefits, they have,
Right.
and what really ultimately are we talking for money? I mean, we're not really talking a huge
Peanuts.
sum of money here. I would agree that if you want to keep good people, you need to,
Well, in Samantha's instance, the people are still gonna be
She's
applying
still
for
working.
permits.
The only two that it really affects in our town are the part-time helpers at the library. And
Um,
between the two of them, I think,
Has the library discussed anything about,
Yes, they have a list of projects that they want to do. They want to thin out their collection, they want to do some extra sanitizing and that kind of stuff. And they're, Michelle has an entire list of things to keep the help busy. Just as an example, one was just barely hired, so she quit her other job to come work here, so it would be sad to have her have to leave because we didn't pay her.
if they've got projects that are somehow
they're gonna
benefiting
be working. I got
benefiting the library.
zero
then
problem.
Yeah.
Just
Continue
go
to
ahead
pay
with
these
it. The other thing is I could see they could keep lending books
Yeah,
by appointment somehow. People
Right.
order them and,
Mhm.
you know, they carry them out to their car or whatever however they might work it out.
Mhm.
But
And I suspect these type of people, I don't know them personally, they'll more than make up their time down the road with extra time that they'll not be paid for,
sure.
because it's their passion. I have no problem with it.
You want a motion for that?
Please.
I make a motion that we keep on paying, what I want for all town employees while this crisis is going on.
so on the, well, continue.
all right, I'll second.
Okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay.
We'll hold off on the personnel policy then, and I will add a paragraph
Yes,
about emergency
please, yeah.
Yeah,
pay in the event of an emergency such as this.
Yes.
So you want approval for the purchasing
But
policy?
the purchasing policy,
So moved.
second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I've got just a clip on it so it's easier for Wendy to take apart and record. So I'll do that paragraph tomorrow and I'll email you I'll email you the changes and then put it in SharePoint for you as well.
Insert that out here.
More one.
There's usually a lot of them.
You need a pen?
Here you go, I got the form. They gave me three of them.
We're gonna need them tonight.
And then the check warrant, any questions on the check warrant?
Any questions, concerns?
I have no problem.
And just for the record, Kyle, anytime you want to see anything, Shelley's wonderful about having the receipts here, so
Oh, yeah.
if you do have a concern.
Thank
Do I have a motion to sign?
So moved.
Do I have a
you.
second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And as you notice, the check for the new truck is in this warrant, so
I see that.
that is in process. Definitely ordered. That's all I have.
How's the tax situation?
Not much change from last time, and I've already had one person cancel their automatic payment, So
It wasn't a tax sale person, was it?
it was not,
Oh, good.
it was not. I mean, they're still delinquent, but they were doing really well, and I understand why.
Yes.
So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to reevaluate when I would normally do a tax sale,
Yeah,
see where everyone's at financially, and
yes.
just
Well,
probably will postpone and
we'll have to work with people as we.
absolutely.
Definitely no chartered waters.
Right, so I'm hoping that it doesn't affect too many people, and, you know, they're able to still pay all of their bills as they typically would, but I don't see that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so while we're signing that, Wendy, what you got?
Minutes from your last meeting, which seem really long, but most of it is the attached presentation because I
Right.
was not typing all that.
Why?
So, I was like, no, not
2
typing.
hours? What's the problem?
What's the problem? So March 5th, and then I also have the town meeting minutes done. So those are up for approval as well.
Okay, so do I have a motion to accept the March 5th select board meeting minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do I have a motion to accept the March 3rd, 2020 town meeting day minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so this needs to be signed by Sharon, and this one by Sharon and Kyle.
For what it's worth, I thought that presentation about the up at the airport was really good. It was really long, but it was really good.
I think everyone understood what they were saying too.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So,
Okay, can you pass that over to Carl, please?
well explained.
Okay, and let's see. We, as a result of all the closures and everything, we ended up rescheduling the dog clinic and extending the date to licensed dogs. Our new clinic date is May 16th, and the new deadline is June 1st. So we had to do that. We would have had a lot of unvaccinated animals in this town and all over the place, which is not good.
Right.
So,
They would have been canceled.
yeah, it was, you know, it was some extra work, but it was worth doing. It's a service, everybody looks forward to that clinic, it's affordable.
Yes.
And this,
yeah.
what's about to happen with the economy, we gotta offer everybody a chance to save some money wherever we can.
Yeah,
So May 16th for the clinic, June 1st to license your dogs, so we'll see how that goes. I
and
have
I appreciate you taking care of that, to make sure that. we
yeah.
can
I was
still
happy
offer
to
that.
do it, work with Cheryl, and if people have scheduling conflicts, the town of Swanton also moved their clinic, they're the weekend before us on May 9th. So if you can't make our clinic, you can always go to theirs. I have, you appointed April St. Francis for a 3-year term on the Northwest Solid Waste District Board. This is the actual form that they want signed.
Okay.
You already made the motion, I just need the signature.
Okay.
What else do I have? The annual dog warrant, I usually have you sign it now. I won't be using it till much later in the summer, but if you still wanna get it signed for the year 2020, we could take care of that tonight too. It's the normal state verbiage that sounds scary and awful, but. Thank you, so there's that.
So So the warrant just says that by the authority of the state of Vermont, you are hereby commanded forthwith to impound and destroy in a humane way or cause to be destroyed in a humane way all dogs and wolf hybrids not duly licensed according to law, except as exempted by section 3587 of 20 Vermont State statute. And you are further required to make and return complaint against the owner or keeper of any such dog or wolf hybrid. I hereof fail not and do return, make of this warrant with your dog doings thereon within 90 days of the date thereon. Blah, 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 basically it says, sign the thing.
It says license your dogs, you don't wanna take your dogs, you
That's right.
definitely don't wanna destroy your dogs,
Correct.
please license your dogs.
So do I have a motion for signing the warrant?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that needs to be signed by all of you. I have, you signed this for me last meeting, Sharon. You
Okay.
already made the motion to appoint Dick Souza as the deputy health officer. Apparently, I filled it out wrong, so they're asking, can you do it again?
Okay, not a problem, not a problem.
You already made the motion, just another signature.
Okay.
And I think, other than you already touched on it, we are closed to the public. There's a long list of vital town functions that is posted on the main page of our website. It's on our Facebook page. It's all over town. We're here to help you, and we can still accomplish just about anything you would have done if you were able to come in the building. So give us a call, email, whatever it takes. We can still accomplish a lot with the door locked. So this list is on our website, Facebook page. Reach out if you need anything. That's what we're here for. And the only other thing I have is actually under your select board section on the agenda, but it's from Samantha.
Yes, I missed it last meeting.
Yes, so there's still time because it's not late yet, so if you wanna just tell them what it is for the record.
Okay, so this is a COLE request, or certificate of approved location of a salvage yard for Ronald and Lynn Vincent, which is Ray's Used Cars and Salvage on Route 78. So as part of our duties, we get those approved so that they can continue with business. Is there a motion?
I made the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, do I have any discussion? Okay. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I think that is it for me.
Okay.
Want to see?
Yes, tell Samantha, I'm
Sure.
sorry, I did have
Or I
her.
can-
Oh, no problem.
Remember
Lynn,
some of my
oh, she
problems
said,
right
did
in
did that get signed? And I was like, oh, Lordy, I forgot about it too. So, okay,
What
tomorrow,
became of the other salvage yard?
well, class,
Yes, there was a
and it's on the market.
Your legs are a little longer than mine.
Okay. So it's closed.
Yeah.
Correct, there's nothing happening right there right now. Yeah.
Okay, Heidi.
All right. Feels like a month since we met last. So much has happened. First thing, I just wanted to mention that for anyone who hadn't heard, we did cancel the Macy Road Stabilization Concept Design Presentation. We have tentatively rescheduled that. Did someone just join us? Is that easy?
How long have you listened?
Yep, it's,
Sleepy music.
so we'll be putting out information about how people can participate in that without actually being here. And the FIST were hopeful to be present, but they did send information in instead. And they said they're actually very satisfied with what has been done on the East Highgate Hills. the recommendations were to add signs, et cetera. They're very comfortable about that.
Good.
They did bring up another road issue of concern, and that is at the B25 bridge in East Highgate. And they put this email in your packet about traffic issues that they've experienced. Shortly after that, I received another email from a resident in East Highgate who said had the same concern. So I just wanted to put that in front of you and see if this is something that you have noticed and if you want me to forward these.
What is the concern?
The Fisks are saying that they have witnessed multiple times at the stop sign coming off the new East Highgate Bridge onto Route 78. It's a safety concern with tractor trailers taking the 90-degree turn coming west down East Highgate Hill. We ourselves have come to a halt on the roadway before the new bridge traveling east due to a tractor trailer making such a wide right-hand turn that it crossed the center line halfway into the oncoming lane. There's minimal space. Something should be done to avoid a collision. Coincidentally, I did notice that fence on that property has been taken out. Somebody went into that fence at the same time, and Mrs. Dragon said next to the bridge is a bit of property that was nicely done and gravel next to the road. The brown house owned by Mr. Mayshe, the tenants have been using it as their driveway, blocking the view of traffic. And they think it is, they have a tough enough time seeing around because of the design of the street sign locations. So they've had a near situation there. And they also brought up the issue of the sides of the bridge being very low, consider it a huge danger to our children crossing the bridge on bikes.
So, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, the bridge, that was a design by the state of Vermont. So the town didn't have anything to do with the height of the bridge sides. That intersection is awkward. And I think part of it is because we're not used to how they designed that, which was also designed by the state. We could certainly bring it up to the state and see if we can get a study or see if there's something that could be amended to that intersection, because it is extremely awkward, and I could see where.
That's been a hairpin corner before the bridge was
Oh,
done.
yeah.
That's been an issue, so I think it's as much to do with the design of how they come off Mayshe with onto 78. Trucks have to take that,
Oh, yes, yeah.
to get around the corner. They've got to take that wide swing. I don't know if there's any signage that would help, because people are gonna go their own speed. People
Right.
aren't, unfortunately, the timing is bad at times, and I don't see really where there's a whole lot can be done, but.
No, not as far as the tractor trailers, no. I was thinking coming off the Mayshe Road there, I could see where it could be awkward if you have a good line of sight.
I actually saw that vehicle parked there when I came through today.
Yeah.
Oh, they've destroyed that whole corner.
There's a vehicle parked just inside the white line.
They will be coming back very shortly to do their final inspection of landscaping and everything, so maybe it's a great time to let them know, see if they have any suggestions. Maybe they could put a no parking sign somewhere to keep people from
Right.
parking there, at least to keep the view.
It's gonna take,
moving.
I think that's a great idea, but most people can't read if they wanna do something, and you're gonna need some type of barrier that
Some
doesn't allow
Right.
vehicles to cross.
Some guide rails might work.
That would be a better no parking sign, yes, sir.
Yeah. So-
Okay.
So we do acknowledge there is
So,
an issue there, and we'll see what we can do about it.
No, we can pass the concerns on to the state.
Yeah.
They should be coming back fairly soon. So, you have annual AOT forms to fill out, one of which is your financial form. There's a couple tabs here I think you need to sign. You just have to confirm that you're putting a certain amount of money into each road class each year.
So this is maximum state portions, 175,000 in each grant program. Mileage rates for the annual town financial plan are class 1, $11,553. Class 2, $4,238. Class 3, $1,574. So, do I have a motion to sign the annual town letter and revised orange book, an annual financial plan, town road and bridge standards, grant application, reimbursement forms, and centerline paving marker letter?
I'll watch the tape back.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Well done.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, they couldn't make that more of a mouthful if they tried.
So while you're passing those, have you made a motion for both of those? I think there are two. Oh, those are your road and bridge standards. You also have to reconfirm you're following those standards.
Yep, I got that in the first motion, town roads, bridge standards. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So, while you're passing that around for signature, I'll just give you an overview that at your next meeting, we should have a structures grant for the Rice Hill Road box culvert replacement. The Public Works Department met with Randy Reed this morning, and he's gonna get an estimate together for us. So, they will do that for sure, and they are likely to submit again for some paving money, because again, and we're low on the priority list for that, because we've been very lucky in the last few years, but can't win if you don't play.
Right.
And if we don't get it, then we'll have a packet for next year to submit. So those will be in your next meeting packet. Shall I continue? Okay, so we did have two applications for the rural business development grants. The first one I had in the packet that I sent to you, the second one I put out today. They're almost identical. One is just focused on the economic planning concepts of working with the planning commission on impact fees and all of that. So, I'm sorry to say, there's about 20 spots you're gonna need to sign in here.
Okay.
All of these forms, for both of them, because the forms have a little bit of different information in them. If you wanna make, a motion, you can sign those after, so we don't have to hold it up. It only needs one signature per page.
Yep.
It's for $30,000, and we would be, for the economic development, we would be putting in, can I just take a peek at that? We're putting in an amount of match for our in-kind hours, and I think it is 8,506, calculating the time, my time, Yilda and Shelley's time, and the planning commission's volunteer hours.
Okay. All right, so do I have a motion to sign the grant request for $30,000 from the rural development?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
So we have a sister grant. It is, as I said, a very similar project. But this is to give us consultant time to help compilate all the information we've gathered so far about public input, wastewater, historical assessments, brownfields, put it all together and help the community come to a final design. What exactly do you want to see and how are we going to go about it? So we're also asking for $30,000 to work with the Village Core Master Plan and many other residents that want to be involved to take to the next step. So, just as many forms here in this one.
What the heck?
They like forms. USDA likes a lot of standard forms. And just to build on what you had said, Kyle, the application for the economic development planning references the information from the airport. And one of the questions in this packet is, how many jobs is it going to create? How many jobs would it create if we did extend that infrastructure? So I asked Jeff Carr, who's really good with all those charts, to just give me a simple sentence. How many jobs could we expect to see? And he said, as many as 1,200 jobs in 5 years.
Really?
Wow,
That's a lot of jobs.
wow.
Yeah, I was a little bit stunned by that too. So, yep, he put it in a statement and it's in the packet.
Really?
Yes, because as he said, out of 7 lots, each high-end manufacturing could be as many as 100 jobs. And then rippling out to create as many as 174 jobs. So it adds up.
Yeah, well. And people may need jobs when we get done with all this.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody, you've seen these in your packet.
Okay, so do I have a motion to sign the rural development grant application for $30,000 for,
Village Core?
yes,
So moved.
we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You guys need a quarter?
I will step on Richard's toes.
The voters approved the tax stabilization plan, so the board can sign it now.
Okay, do I have a motion to sign?
So moved.
Second. Hey, look, they're right on it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just again, where's the money come from for this?
This is USDA rural development, and they would give us a $30,000 grant, and,
No, that's,
oh, sorry.
tax stabilization.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the tax stabilization funding.
Well, there's no funding required. What would happen is if someone approached the town and said, I'd like to invest $300,000 or more in my commercial business, and I believe I'm going to create this many jobs, the town can enter into an agreement for them that their taxes are frozen as is,
Oh, okay.
and then they gradually increase. So it gives a new business owner an opportunity to not get a whammy in the first few years when resources are very tight. It gives them a chance to recoup some funds before they have to pay full tax value on what they've created.
Town taxes only.
Town taxes only, although there are provisions for them to apply for the state funding as well. They can do that, but it has not much to do with us. So, is that it on that one? Okay. I told you about the Better Back Roads grant. The library is doing a grant to AARP to do a wonderful program for senior residents where they would use funding to hire GMTA to pick up people that don't have the resources to attend a meeting. They would open the library on a day it's closed, and they would work with AgeWell to serve them a lunch and have an entertainment, a historical lecture, and/or other activities. So if the select board sees fit, they would very much appreciate a letter of support for that application.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay. Do I have a discussion?
Yeah. What bearing does the current situation have on their being able to do this?
Very much has a great impact on it, but I suspect by the time we get this, we'll have a better understanding of the situation. We wouldn't know about this until the end of May, so then we could plan accordingly or postpone. I suppose there are several projects up in the air at this point.
So yeah, and they're open to ideas. I mean, they are thinking card parties or just some way to get the seniors involved in a group where you give some social contact, where you give them an opportunity to get out there and, you know, feel like they're a part of the community again.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it
Absolutely.
has great potential.
It's been well received, and the community center at the Methodist Church has also offered to let them use that space, let them use the kitchen, do anything. If they have a big crowd, that would be easier for them. So it would be a very nice thing to offer to.
And it might, depending on how this all goes, it might be a way for people to have a free meal, which maybe they only need.
They're very much hoping that this could be a pilot that will turn into a sustainable program, because AgeWell very much wants to get a site here in Highgate where they could serve people meals. They're very eager to do that, so they're sponsoring these meals. And the community church is very receptive to that idea. So it could lead to a sustainable program.
That's a great idea.
Right, and Rise VT is also involved in this, and so
Mhm.
it could really blossom into something great. Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We've been talking about it for several years now, probably our third year. The municipal roads general permit was a legislative decision to use clean water funds to hold towns accountable for repairing erosion that was leading to problems in our lake. And so each town has to do an annual report. And that's also what those road standards were that you signed. And this, they will send us a fee in June, I believe, and we will have to pay it.
Of course we will.
And if you don't, they'll give you any money.
They won't give you, you can't play.
So do I have a motion to sign the letter for the Vermont Department of Environmental Conservation for our municipal roads general permit?
So moved.
Second. Discussion?
Are the state roads subject to the same thing?
To some degree, I would assume, but that is an
We
assumption.
never assume.
Yes.
They are, I think they definitely are, and the larger towns have a much harder, much tougher row to hoe than we do. St. Albans is in a different category, and they have a much higher obligation. So ours is pretty minor, I think. It's like a $400 fee or something like that.
Yeah, annual fee, 500, 1350, or 1800, depending on your population and road miles. So do I have a motion to sign?
So moved.
All right, second. Oh, yes, okay, sorry, I couldn't remember if I did or not. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Told you were gonna need your pens tonight.
Sharon's doing all of it.
Most of it.
Hey, I'm
Speaking
gonna
of,
start passing this down.
thank you, Sam. Speaking of Rise VT, the Village Core Master Plan applied for another funding for a community celebration. So they awarded us $1,500. So we can bring all those pigs back, which are, that was a big hit.
Yes. The Flint Zoo, we'll make a
Yeah.
little sign.
Don't have no trouble finding names.
Okay, so do I have a motion to accept the Rise VT grant for $1,500?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I would like to say Rise VT does do a lot for the town and the county.
Phenomenal, yes. Some of the, and they, it's not willy-nilly either. They have a very specific program that they monitor very closely. They go into schools and they're interacting with kids and getting information on their health and well-being, and they're tracking them for years. It's very nice. So-
And the last couple of years, the town of Highgate has won several awards from Rise VT as for our participation, so.
It's a real thing, yep. EPR was the consultant that gave us the presentation last week, and that is an amendment to extend the period of time of their contract, not to change the dollar amount. We just, they were a little more optimistic on timing, and they still have a few things to do, so it just bumps it out a little bit.
Okay, do I have a motion to allow Heidi to sign the EPR time extension?
I'll move to approve her signature.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that's your signature.
Thank you. I wanted to bring up that last time we talked about the passive grant and we made a decision to cut the ice suits. I did get a chance to talk to the program and they haven't gone into review committees, so they said if we wanted to slip them in, we could. So if the board wants to amend that, we can plug in, back in the $2,900 for ice command suits for.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so just for clarification, we had some discussion on whether those suits would be put to use, and the fire department does have trained personnel for those suits to be used. So it's the reason that we added them back in. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I think we're getting to the end of this. I wanted to let you know that one of the other things that we wanted to do, this is actually for you. The VCMP, the Village Core Master Plan Committee, is looking at having Paul Costello from the Vermont Council on Rural Development come, and he is the gentleman that has worked with Swanton and Montgomery on community visits, where they come in, do an intensive support of a community, have host forums, and find out what are your biggest issues, what are your goals, how do you want to get there, and then they help to connect you to resources. So, another thing Rise VT has said, it's time for you to do a community visit. It's time for you to do a community visit. So I did reach out to him, and he would be very happy to do that. We would be in the queue for 2021. It's not something they could accomplish this year. He did agree to come to Highgate in April. I think it's April 16th. I've lost my agenda at this point. It's gone forever. I think he's on there for April 16th. And so I called him and said, clearly you're not gonna come here and do a, it's April 16th, presentation to a crowd. And he said they've already been doing Zoom web meetings. So it's just a matter of everybody getting a link and clicking on the link, and you can participate on your laptop. So he's willing to come and do that. To do that, sorry, not to come. So if you still want to keep him in the schedule, then we can move forward with that. Both Montgomery and Swanton have done it, and they're very excited about the process.
I'm quite sure the town of Johnson did it
Mm-hmm.
quite some time ago now. But it was very, very beneficial for quite a number of different projects.
Agreed. So I will get him here for a meeting. The rest is FYI, except there are some meetings that the select board could go to for trainings, if you have time and interest. I've done an update on the grant specs. Yeah, April 16th. That is just an FYI, just to let you know, those shaded ones on the back are ones that are pending submission. The others are ones that we have. These are upcoming things that were scheduled, and I think that Macy Road slide presentation is back on for May 7th. They also have Zoom capacity, so I think we can proceed that way, and people will be able to see the video. So I think we're good for that. I did cancel Rob Fish, your tech specialist. He was coming to talk to you about technology. We can put him back on at a later date when they're functioning better. Fish and Wildlife did reach out to me again about the property they're interested in. She's going to do a written proposal for your next meeting. And I believe that Casella would like to come back to you on April 2nd. And I think he's going to send information and let you digest it, and then try to figure a way to communicate with you.
Okay.
That's just for you from the Planning Commission. And I think I'm done. That's all.
Okay. So, as this circulates, we have a couple of open positions. The rec board had an open position, and Sherry Rainville has sent a letter of interest, and I know she met with the rec board this week, and they seemed delighted, and she seems like she would come back again, so we are,
She looks like she's more than qualified for the position.
absolutely, yep. So they're pretty excited to have another member, so I would ask for a motion to approve that appointment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right. Richard seconded it because she's interested in cross-country.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a 2-year, they're all on 2-year
Yes.
terms, okay.
So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Welcome, Ms. Greenville.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Second one would be, Planning Commission. We have 2 interested parties. One has been a current member for some time. He's asking for reappointment, Tom Conley. And Scott Bissett has also expressed an interest. And the planning commission, one of the planning commission members that is currently on the board is willing to step aside to let Scott also join the planning commission if he so desires. So I would ask for a appointment to the planning commission for Tom Connolly for reappointment. And then to reach out to Scott to see if he would be interested in taking Richard Noel's spot, who would be willing to step down, because he has lots of other things he's involved in. So do I have a motion to accept Tom Conley?
I'll make that motion to accept Tom.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all
And
those,
that's for 3 years.
okay, yep, 3-year appointment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Heidi, can you reach out to Scott and tell him our situation and see if he'd like to do that?
I think the planning commission was gonna reach out to him too, so I
Okay.
will,
Alright.
we will get the message to him.
Another thing that we need to deal with is the dedication of the B25 bridge. So there was a motion at town meeting to dedicate the bridge to Richard Noel. How would we like to do that? Do we want to put a plaque or a stone, or how would we like to go forward with that?
Now, there's something, I tried to look the other day, the traffic was coming, if I cause an accident, there's something down here at the bridge. What's that one say? There's one just, there's a
On the
sign.
old bridge, the historic trust, or you mean
Oh,
the new bridge?
well, there's a big green sign.
Yeah,
That's for the truss bridge.
yeah.
Oh, do you mean like a standalone, like a metal sign?
Yeah,
Like
there's
the-
some, yeah.
Those are historic markers, I don't
Right.
think we could do that.
Oh, yeah, but well, I didn't know really what it was. It looked like some writing on it, so I didn't know.
Mhm, mhm.
He said the Highgate Falls Bridge was dedicated to a former selectman, Sanderson was the name he said. I don't know
Okay.
what it is on the bridge, if it's a plaque that's like,
Right,
Hmm.
riveted on or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Should look
would,
at it.
yeah, I would entertain suggestions.
Something that would be kind of vandal-proof.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that would be, but something that someone wouldn't be able just to break off, whatever. I like to see a sign myself, but it seems like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping that people would respect it. Some kind of a sign.
We can do a sign.
God
Wanna do,
knows he deserves it.
yeah, yeah. He was
have a nice
definitely,
little ceremony when the weather gets better.
yeah,
It'll be fun.
That'd be good.
yeah, very much so. We'll string a little ribbon across and we can cut the ribbon.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be sweet.
Okay, so we'll want a sign.
I personally like to see some type of sign.
Standalone sign?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll try and get a few images
Sure.
for you for next meeting.
I don't know, what you guys think?
Was there ever a ribbon cutting down there, or?
No, down there to the,
I
Bridge
don't
now?
know.
No, should be, right?
Uh,
It'd be a good time to do it.
Especially
Oh, this one, our new one,
Yeah.
no, nothing, no, spring would be a perfect time to do it,
yeah,
yeah.
well,
I thought you were talking about the old one.
No,
we'll drag Richard out. Show our appreciation.
Great idea.
Yeah, but Chris did that.
Yeah. Okay. So Heidi will look into options and we'll pick a sign. And we'll throw a little bridge opening celebration. Or naming celebration. Okay. Legal services proposal.
We only received one packet,
Okay.
which happens to be our current.
So we put out an RFP, a request for proposal for legal services, which the town does have a slew of lawyers on staff. For different reasons, some for property, some for any other mess we might or might not get into, right? Or keeping us out of messes. So the bid is from Monahan, Safar, and Duchesne.
Setting it up.
Who, as Heidi said, are the current lawyers for the town.
Who we were very satisfied with. We put it out to bid as a grant compliance issue and to be in accord with our purchasing policy.
So they are suggesting a billing rate of $175 an hour, which they are giving us a $25 an hour discount for being a municipality. That is for their lead attorney, Ed Adrian. Their associate attorney rate is $135 an hour. Their legal services are billed at $75 an hour.
What a deal.
The firm does not charge its clients for clerical support services except for rare occasions such as voluminous litigation support. Anticipated reimbursable expenses, $5 a page for 40 photocopies, postage for heavy mailings, and that's it. So, this was our only bid.
Kind of narrows it down, don't it?
Kinda, but these are copies in case anyone wants to look at it.
I
There are,
did send it out, I posted it, it was in the newspaper, and I put it on BT Bids,
The
so.
thing is, we don't have to catch anybody up to speed.
that's right. Okay,
That is a good point.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's, yeah,
But
big
as
deal.
part of our policy, we ask for rebids, because it gives everybody a fair opportunity for our employment.
So is everybody, all the legal offices in this part of the state have all the work they want, or are they just afraid of Ed Adrian?
I think municipal law is probably a specialized service.
Ah,
I know that they represent several other towns. And I would say that they're very good at it. and
I'm very happy with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think over the years, they have done extremely well by the town, probably saving us mucho buckaroos.
Another positive is they are on the approved VLCT list, so
Yes.
if there's any issues, personnel, or if we go through VLCT first, and they recommend we reach out to an attorney, we actually get free hours worth of legal advice through our own attorney, just by asking VLCT first.
And we do that.
Yes, we do.
Squeaky.
So, I would ask for a motion to accept Monahan Sapphire is it Duchenne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanna make sure I'm not murdering someone's last name. For legal services for the town of Highgate. And this is a 1 year or 3 year service?
3 year,
3.
3 year for sure.
Okay, so for a 3-year contract.
I would move to approve the contract.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yep. Fire equipment and systems proposals.
This will not be as cut and dry. It's more confusing because there are two components. One is fire extinguisher, maintenance, etc. The other is our fire alarm systems. Some companies do both, some don't. There's also one little envelope in there that I accidentally opened because it looks like a bill and it did not say that it was in response to the RFP. That's just a copy of the RFP. They're all in the other
Okay, I
envelope.
was gonna say. Okay,
So,
so I'm gonna share the love, everybody can have one to open. Look at that, just the right number. Okay, so the first bid is from Royal Group out of Rutland. It's for monitoring of the 3 fire alarm systems and 2 security systems. Yearly annual cost for monitoring via the home security monitoring company in Stowe for all 5 counts. We charge $299 for the first monitored count, $199 for each additional. So that is $1,095. Labor for travel and reprogramming, 1 hour per site plus travel time, $672. Hourly service rate, $96 an hour. And yearly fire alarm test and inspection, $299. Which gives you a grand total of $2,162.
So I'm assuming if we had an issue, we'd be paying travel from Rutland every time.
I would, yes.
That's 2 hours each way is expensive.
Okay, we have a second one from Summit Fire and Security LLC, Colchester, Vermont. The fees they quote are security monitoring per year per building, $192. Fire alarm monitoring per year per building, $252. Labor rates per man hour, $96. There are no totals. I guess we'd have to figure that out. They have a certificate of liability insurance included. Did that
There is no certificate.
letter have any text in it like this?
Very little. No, it's kind of in there.
I'm gonna read this.
Sure.
Dear Committee, Summit Fire and Security LLC is a leader in the fire alarm security, access control, and surveillance industry. As such, we design, build, deploy, and manage both simple and complex integrated systems for our customers. We also provide monitoring through a UL-listed central station. Summit Fire and Security provides the highest quality equipment, customer service, and workmanship with products that include commercial, industrial, and residential fire alarm and security systems, apartment building telephone entry systems, office building access control, and other related equipment. Summit Fire and Security will go beyond by building on our systems expertise and technology to be the company of choice for fire alarm security, access control, and surveillance systems, and related services. As a locally owned and operated company for 8 years with a combined total of over 75 years' experience in the industry, we are committed to the enduring values of integrity, accountability, innovation, and flexibility, value creation, and social responsibility. Today, these values are more important than ever to our customers, with continuous operational improvements, expanding capacity, and a strong competitive position for serving all of Vermont. We are positioned for the long-term growth that will benefit our customers. So I'm not sure how to compare it at the moment, but
I think last time we formed a little subcommittee with the fire department and had a few people just hash it out, try and figure, because there's a lot of different pieces to it.
well, we've got at least 3 buildings, right?
Mm-hmm. The library does
4.
not have a fire alarm. They have a security system. So it's the arena and this building's the fire systems.
Does would the sand shed make it 4?
I don't think the sand shed has a fire alarm.
So security and fire alarm would be approximately $450 a year for 3 buildings. And then $96 an hour labor rate.
Okay, Rich.
All I've got is exchanger prices from Johnson. It controls the fire protection LP, and they got new fire extinguishers, 2.5 pound ABC, $52.56. 5 pound ABC, $55.14. 10 pound ABC, $81.84. 20 pound ABC, $153.94. 6-year maintenance, all exclusive basic parts, including 2.5 pound ABC, $30. 5 pound ABC, $45. 10 pound ABC, $48.75, and 20 pound ABC, $67.50. Hydro test, all exclusive basic parts included. Basic parts include collar, temper, valve stem, O-rings, and chemical. 2.5 pound ABC, $37.50. 5 pound ABC, $48.75. 10 pound ABC, $52.50. 20 pound ABC, $71.25. K class 6-liter all exclusive basic parts included, due every 5 years. Basic parts are included collar, temper, valve, system, O-ring, and chemical. Refill, $153.75. Hydro and refill, $172.50. That's all I got.
I'm not really sure we're supposed to compare these because this is Fire Safety Vermont LLC. They don't have, they have refill maintenance charges, labor only. So compared to what he just read, I don't know how we're supposed to compare the two.
Right.
They have given us I've been a volunteer firefighter for a long time, and I don't understand, I understand the tamper seals and travel charge, $50. They've got a flat rate up to 7 extinguishers, it says quantity 1 at $35. Then it says per unit 8 plus fire extinguishers, quantity 43, rate $375 a piece, for 160, 125, and then they've got the travel charge of $50. And then the tamper seals, 50 of them for $12.50. Obviously, it's only for the fire extinguisher bid. This is not including the estimate of the additional freight, new purchases, or work required at the time of annual inspections. They give us an annual inspection fee of $35 up to 7 extinguishers. But we in the, see, I'm obviously getting started, but are we in the market of buying extinguishers or just getting the ones maintained that we own?
I would think it would be buy if we needed them.
Buy if we need, but just mostly maintain.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming we don't need to buy too many, because I'm guessing they've already have them.
Each
Right.
year, I think we have to replace 1 or 2, they
Okay.
have a life.
So
And
my
we
question
have
is,
50, I think, so it's continuous.
also this company has family-owned, 30 years in Vermont, and they have several references on the back. But my question is, what's the fire department use?
What's the name of that company?
This is Fire Safety of Vermont LLC, Fire Safety of VT LLC,
Where are they from?
Winooski. So this is my question to you, what's the fire department use?
This is for the fire department, it's for.
This is for the fire
Yeah,
department?
it
What
covers
is-
fire department, public
Where do they
works,
currently
all of
use?
our buildings.
The
Go
what
to
company?
Fire Protect,
Do we-
don't you?
It's Fire Protect, but they just switched names, I think.
Impact Fire.
Impact. It's-
Impact Fire LLC out of.
It's now Fire Protect?
It
Yes.
used to be Fire Protect.
That's the name of ours known, that's why.
Yes.
So this is the one Fire Protect?
No, no, this is a
I
different one.
don't think we have a
They
bid.
didn't put a bid,
Impact Fire Services, excuse
they
me,
didn't put a bid in.
and they're out of
This is Johnson
Williston.
Control,
Yeah,
Out of New York and Burlington.
yeah, they didn't even, obviously they didn't put a bid in.
Well, wasn't the bid for monitoring?
So is this something that has to be answered tonight?
It's true.
No.
No,
I just wonder if we should refer back to what the charges were the fire department used to pay.
Okay.
And try to get the schedule of what was supposed to be replaced. Because this company doesn't give us prices of new extinguishers,
Right, right.
so there's no way of comparing.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not an easy thing to do, it took us a while to really sift through the details
I hate
last
to kick the
time.
can down the road on this and push it, but I don't see how we can make a decision we don't have.
This bill was for a 20-pound ABC dry chemical fire extinguisher, $230 for one.
Thank God those big ones you don't get to replace very often.
Right,
Price for 20
that's it, you don't.
It's a big deal, it adds up when they come, there's so many extinguishers.
ABC dry chemical,
$153.
230,
That's quite a difference.
yeah.
Their representative, I dealt with her, Swiss, she just moved.
Where is your company from?
What?
Winooski, you said?
This one, fire safety, that didn't give us
No pricing.
no pricing on new extinguishers, just refills and labor costs, and that company's out of New York.
Yeah,
Like Richard said.
New York and, it's Albany, New York, and Burlington, Vermont, and Heather Clark.
I think they used to be Simplex and Johnson Controls bought them. It's a very convoluted market. It's tough to get a grip on it. I think it'd be helpful to have some people in the know.
Yeah, would it be
Discuss
smart
it.
to get somebody from the fire department, that Joe or
Yeah.
Gary, Ralph, whatever?
Yeah, I think Joe
Maybe
and
the
Ralph.
changing up the Fire Protect to Impact Fire,
That's all I,
dropped off their
that's all I knew was fire protect, because when I was
radar.
chief in Franklin, it was always Yeah, I mean,
And they come regularly, they just
Yes.
stop when they're coming through
Yeah.
and pick up whatever needs to be recharged.
Right.
And, so it's been a good relationship.
Just once a year, right? Do they just come once a year?
They come once a month,
Okay, so they come more.
just to check if anything has been discharged.
Okay, so you have to check.
And there's usually one or, something.
The same guy, just a different truck.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, so do we want to accept a bid for the monitoring of the fire alarms and the security system?
What, who have we had before?
MEI
And-
out of Troy, Vermont,
And we're unable to get decent service,
no.
so there's a problem there.
How soon do we need to make a decision?
There's no rush. Again, it's just something we are, supposed to put out every 3 years. And
Summit does do the Highgate Elementary
Yeah,
Yeah,
as a client list, so I don't know if you ever had any trouble with,
yeah, they had trouble with them before, because they talked about changing. And Heidi, did you ever get in touch with the one I gave you the card to?
you'd have to refresh my memory.
D&D out of,
I think I sent it to them, yes.
okay, you did, and they didn't. Okay.
And we list them on VT bids too, which is the statewide
Yeah.
site. So they're out there, but,
okay. So do
maybe
we
people
want
are
to,
distracted.
and it's very possible. We want to take some time to investigate this, and
I think so.
Yeah,
we can always get ahold of the school and see if
yeah.
they ever had, what their problems were with Summit, if they
Would
had
it-
problems.
Would it be inappropriate for this company to be asked if they had a price list for new extinguishers, so we had something to compare? Or if or they did set it in the original, I don't know, if it would be, maybe they don't offer that, I don't know.
We may need to ask a few questions of them all.
So we did not ask for the price of new fire extinguishers, so that would be within our realm to contact the company and ask them for that, since that wasn't in the proposal. So can you reach out to,
Fire Safety VT LLC,
okay,
Winooski.
and see if they have a price list of fire extinguishers? Were we to need a new one?
I will get Joe and Ralph involved in this as well, so I'm
I
not
think that'd
making
be really good.
decisions on their behalf. Thank you.
I'd like to see these alarm and security monitoring bids presented in not, maybe you could figure this out or somebody else could, what the annual cost would be,
Mhm,
not just so much per building.
mhm.
So,
I think because they typically only come once a year.
yeah, if that's adequate, that's fine, but,
Okay.
All right. Anything else for the select board?
Oh, I just wanted to say that we canceled the meeting on March 24th for the Village Core Master Plan's wastewater study presentation to explain it to people, so they won't be able to do that, but they're still asking people to take the time to fill out the survey. Should have been mailed to you.
I filled out mine.
Thank you. I think they've received like 25 so far, but they mailed out over 200, so we're hoping to get more back. So please take a minute, and if you have any questions, you can call the office, 868-4922, or you can call Regional Planning Commission and talk to Greta at 524-5958.
Okay. So I would entertain a motion to exit the regular select board meeting and enter into executive with,
So moved.
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.